Hello and welcome back to We Are The Famous EFC. My name is Adam and it is my reaction to Kevin Thelwell leaving Everton at the end of the season. His time on Merseyside to replace the old director of football, Marcel Brands. The Friedkin Group TFG wants a new director of football who's got a more big of a responsibility. But as a result, TFG want to get rid of him. His contract runs out at the end of the season. But for me, he struggled at his time at Everton under the circumstances, under the Machete era. Coming into Everton, having not that much to spend with PSR looming over us and all of that. But I'm going to break it down now. He's made it tough for himself at times. I don't really rate him that much as a director of football. He's brought in some massive players like the likes of Ocahez, the likes of Beto and all of that. But Calvert-Lewin hasn't been really good either. So a proper mixture to get through there. But at the end of the day, this football club has suffered enough. But right now, for me, I think the right choice is for Kevin Thelwell to leave Everton, because we've seen enough from him. We need somebody to take us forward, and I don't think he's the right man, but I do feel for him at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it's a difficult one, but I don't think that he's the right man without a shadow of a doubt. To be honest, I really don't. But at the end of the day, it is tough. But this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, I think that TFG are making the right about him, and I do think that it's time for him to leave. Because at the end of the day, how can we move forward as a football club if we're not if we're sticking with the same bull crap week in, week out? Because we want to move forward. We've got rid of the Machete era, the horrible era what was Evertonians. We want to progress. We want to get into Champions League. We want to win the league for in the future, and we certainly want to get into Europe for next season. And with Kevin Thelwell the way he is, he doesn't make the right decisions then, and doesn't make the right let's say the right players appointments, like bringing Ashley Young and that as well is beyond me. So how and if we can progress under him, I will never know. So that's why I think the Friedkin Group have done it right to pull the trigger on him, let him leave when his contract runs out at the end of the season. Don't bother sacking him now, because then you've got to pay his contract off. Well, his contract ends at the end of the season. We've only got 5 league games left at Goodison. So as soon as all them are done, and the last game of the season, then get rid of him, because his contract ends. And I've got belief that they've got the right capacity to do it. With the Friedkin Group, I think the Friedkin Group knows what they're doing. Dan Ashworth to come in to replace him again, that's another massive one for us. And that would be a pleasure that to remember as well. Dan Ashworth, I'm a huge fan of him. The former United and Brighton director of football. He's a good one. He brought decent players in for Brighton, but he didn't get the chance at United since Jim Ratcliffe came in. But as I'm saying, Kevin Thelwell has had a huge amount, but has struggled, but I don't think he's helped himself one single bit during his time at Everton to replace Marcel Brands. So for me, yet again, another director of football has failed. Well, obviously Marcel Brands has failed because he fell out with the owner Machete, and that I think that's why he left. So that's cocked up, and now that's because that's happened. Then look where we are now. So ideally, we could do with him leaving, get rid of all the Machete era people, the likes of him, because David Moyes is not part of it because he came in under the Friedkin group, as I said. I'll let's move on as a football club for once, and that will be hugely if we do that at the end of the season, because I want to get into European, because I'm sick and tired of fighting relegation. At least with the new owners, they're not going to allow that to happen. They're going to make sure Moyes has a big say in what he does and that. So the right opportunity, the right mentality going forward as well, and that would be massively, as I said, without a shadow of a doubt, that will be literally so massive. That's why I'm saying it at the end of the day. And that is going to be huge the day he goes. Because we can get our football back to normal, where it should be, at where we can be competing as well. But yeah, as I said, at the end of the day, it has been tough on him. Don't get me wrong. And I do feel for him, but he really hasn't helped himself. Under his time, he's brought in Lampard with Machete, Dyche, Benitez. That certainly hasn't helped. And that. But he's came in before his time, before Marcel Brands, when we were struggling under Carlo Ancelotti for a bit. Marco was silver as well. So we do we really do not help ourselves at times, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't be struggling. I want to see us like Liverpool competing, not getting beat at all. As much as we hate the red shite, we need to be as strong as them. A new director of football who's got fresh ideas, who've got a clue, he will help the manager week in, week out, bring the players whatever the manager wants, he'll bring in. And that, but let's have decent transfer windows, because we've not had really that much apart from Beto so far, and a couple more, but I rate him a 5. I'll give Kevin Thelwell for his time at Merseyside at Goodison Park, but I would try and like rebuild now, more mentality going forward as we need, and we need to be stronger in the final third. We should be signing anyone like Ashley Young, no offence, but we should not be signing like anybody who's 39 going on to 40 at all. We do that, then we're failed as a club again. But for me, we're not even going to like get like that. But the end of the day, we've got to find a way as well as the end of the day, because it is going to be massively, as I said, hard, but we have to, and I repeat, we have to find a way. As I've said, because we shouldn't be in the mess we are, but Moyes is coming. We've got the Friedkin group, TFG. They back Moyes. We back Moyes. We love Moyes as well. We love the new Friedkin group. And the future is positive, and that's what I love about my Everton. We've got the feel good factor back around Everton. 7 unbeaten, more than any Premier League manager so far this season. And that is massive for the group of players. And I'm so happy for David Moyes, but I'll give him credit in as well, because we've brought back David Moyes, Kevin Thelwell and the Friedkin group, but mainly the Friedkin group, because that's their first again. So I will back them, because at the end of the day, the future is bright as well. And that, but yeah, I really don't rate. But again, under Kevin Thelwell, again, we're struggling. We know that. We are struggling massively. We have done under that era. It's easy to say, because we have struggled, haven't we, Blues? So I think the signings during his time as well have been really poor. I don't think we've had a really decent signing apart from Beto Alcaraz and that. And Jake O'Brien. But are they his signings or the manager? Because he should be the manager. He should be telling the director of football. Sean Dyche should have been thingy, but obviously they haven't worked together. And he's brought into place. He wants to know what Dyche wants. Obviously, John Man, that's why it hasn't worked out for him. And his playing style is shite. But at the end of the day, is that the mentality has to be strong. Without a shadow of a doubt, as I said, has to be strong. And the Friedkin group will back, and as they should. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, comment, and we'll speak to you soon. Up the top, these.